Welcome to the Daily Devo. My name is Diana. Today we are talking about leading with others in mind. Have you ever wanted the top spot? Think of elementary kiddos who rush to line up at recess or at lunch and they all want to be the first one in line. Do you see that? Or think of people that are rushing through doors when they're open, thinking, I've got to get the best seat, whatever that is. Wanting the top spot, it is not wrong or bad, not at all. Today, we are going to see how Jesus tells us there is a better goal, a better perspective to have, especially as a leader. Rather than simply craving the top spot for yourself, there's a better way. But before we get to today's verse, I want you to remember that Jesus, he had 12 disciples. They were men who followed him for 3 years. There were also many others who were with them traveling from time to time. But these disciples, they were with Jesus when Jesus taught and he served and he taught people where he went. He showed the values of God, the heart of God, the ways of God in his actions and in his words. Well, one time, get this, the mother of 2 of the disciples came up to Jesus and asked that her sons can sit at the right and left of Jesus. She's basically saying, grant my sons the top 2 spots on the team. Can you picture that? Well, the rest of the disciples get word of this and they are not happy. They're actually indignant, scripture says. They're annoyed and they're angry. Well, Jesus, he knows this and he calls all of his disciples together and he tells them, hey, there is a better goal as a leader than trying to get the top spot all to yourself. Let's listen to what Jesus says. It's found in Matthew chapter 20, starting in verse 26. Jesus says, not so with you. Instead, whoever wants to become great among you must be your servant. Check out the whole passage for yourself. But what Jesus is saying specifically is that as a leader, it's better to be other-focused. That the way of leadership with Jesus is a leader who says, my goal is not simply to make it to this top spot for me, but it's a leader who has a servant leader perspective, a servant-hearted perspective, one who's looking at the needs of others. That's a better goal, Jesus is saying. So think about the areas in your life where you are already leading. You're already leading in an organization and maybe in organizing your family's meals. Or are you already leading on your team? Are you already leading the vision? Are you already leading your friends? Are you leading in the classroom, the boardroom, the Zoom room, wherever you are leading today? How can you make your goal to serve people? How can you serve your team as you're pursuing that objective together? How can you serve your peers as you're leading in that practice or that meeting or that conversation? Jesus is saying there's a better goal in leadership. Rather than only looking out for your achievement to success, how can you make your goal serving others? Here's what I want you to do. I want you to ask a leader that you respect in your life. Ask them how they serve others with their leadership. See what they say. Or maybe try this. Find an older Christian in your church, one that you see the fruit of the Spirit in. So you're going to see things like joy, patience, gentleness, kindness in their life. And ask them sometimes how they see leadership as an opportunity to serve others. I bet you're going to be blessed by their answer. So be on lookout for ways that you can serve other people with your leadership. Jesus told his disciples that it's a better goal than trying to achieve the top spot all for yourself. Think about that, and we'll see you next time.